Hello and welcome to GameSack. Today we're going to be talking about the EyeToy peripheral for the PlayStation 2. Hell yeah! Anyway, it's basically a proprietary USB webcam. You place it above or below your TV, and it even has a microphone. You use your body to control the games. You don't use a controller, so you might even burn a few calories using the EyeToy. Anyway, let's get right into the games. This is EyeToy Play from London Studio. This is the first EyeToy game. Hey, this monkey thing looks kind of familiar. As you might imagine, it's a bunch of mini games that you can play with the camera. 12 in fact. You start out by taking several pictures of yourself. You navigate the various menus by wiggling your fingers on the various options. It has a very press and hold feel to it, except here it's wiggle and hold. This is how all EyeToy games work. The first game that I tried was a rhythm game where you just need to move your hands to the speakers as the CDs hit them. This was enjoyable for exactly 37 seconds before I became bored. Wishy-Washy is kinda cool though. Here, you wipe down soapy windows with your hands as a funny old-style tune plays. The soap stays on the bright parts of your video longer for some reason. I think this one was a fun idea.
If you can see what I can see when I'm cleaning windows.
Kung Fu is also kinda fun. Basically, you just punch ninjas as they appear. And they absolutely deserve to be punched. Just look at them. Anyone can play this game and succeed, even dumb people. Next up is Boxing Chump. It wants you to face sideways, but then you're not looking at the TV. Oh well, that's your problem. But it doesn't matter since you're actually in the game. This one will burn off a few calories, and yeah, I don't know, it's kind of fun for a bit, I suppose. Then there's Soccer Craze. You're supposed to use your head because soccer. But the game is too stupid to know if you use your hands or not. Dumb game. What you want to do is hit the people who dare look out of their windows. Give them a soccer ball to the face. In Ghost Elimination, you just rub out ghosts and other things that appear. Now, I'm normally not scared by games like Silent Hill or Resident Evil, but this? Yeah, it's definitely not scary. There's a disco rhythm game, which is basically Simon Says, but with dance moves. Spoiler, we're going to be seeing a lot of Simon Says type of games in this episode. They're all pretty easy if your brain has a decent amount of RAM installed. I think you get the gist of this compilation, but a few of the other ones just aren't very interesting. It would be fun for family get-togethers, I suppose. Naturally, there's a sequel called EyeToy Play 2. Once again, you have 12 mini games. You've got air guitar, which is fairly self-explanatory, or bubble pop, where you need to pop the bubbles, but don't pop any of the red ones. This one isn't very exciting. This bricklaying one isn't too bad. You need to make sure that you don't leave any gaps. Then of course you have rhythm games like this one, which, hey, it's a rhythm game. Yay. This soccer one has kind of a cool concept where you play as the goalie. But it's difficult as you have to move yourself left and right and it doesn't always do what you want it to do. After doing a few rounds of this, you need to run and jump back and forth on this short section of track. This will actually burn off a few of those calories. I really like this baseball game. The pitcher throws the ball and if you hit it, you have to run your ass off from base to base. It's lots of fun, and believe it or not, this one will be quite the workout as it doesn't give you any time to rest between the pitches. I guess you could just move your arms to run, but I was actually running in place while doing this. It's great for some light cardio. There's even another boxing game, but I didn't like this one as much as Boxing Chump from the first EyeToy Play title. At least it tries to be different though. Between fights you get to practice, just like Rocky on the Sega Master System. Then there's Kung 2, which is a follow-up to Kung Fu from the last title. Same basic premise here. I guess it was popular and they wanted to make another one. Monkey Bars needs you to rotate your square around the side of a building, grabbing as many of the colored pieces as you can. It's kind of weird. I don't think I want to play it again. Table tennis is incredibly easy because they have you stand closer to the screen. It's almost impossible to miss a shot in this one. Overall, this is a decent follow-up. Though I don't like the slow-ass menu system that resets to the middle whenever you switch games, making finding another game kind of a chore.
What's that? Nothing. I have a visual on the intruder. I've lost visual on the intruder.
Now, we only got EyeToy Play 1 and 2 here in North America. Perhaps they didn't do as well as Sony had hoped they would, because they did make a third game that we didn't get. I didn't forget about EyeToy Play 3, which never came to North America. That's right, more minigames. How did you know? They have evolved a little bit here though. Like this Symphony one, where you need to touch the things when the balls get to them. Wait, this is just like that one in the first EyeToy Play title. And also that second EyeToy Play title. Then there's EyeToy Bowling. This is kind of fun once you get used to it. You practice on a few frames and then you take on some fat dude. It's pretty tough and definitely not as good as Wii Bowling. This touchdown game is kind of crazy though. You play as the quarterback and you gotta toss the ball. Then suddenly you're the receiver and you need to keep your hands up to catch the ball. Then you need to run like hell to make the touchdown. You also need to punch defenders along the way because that's what you do in football. Score a touchdown and suddenly it's your turn again. Many calories will be burned during this one. Though again, I suppose you could just move your arms, but I was actually running in place. The boot camp one is interesting in the same way. You gotta run, jump, and even crawl your way to the goal. Then you're inside, and it's basically a game of Simon Says. Sometimes you even need to shout at the camera. Then there's this one where you need to grab the ghosts, but also dodge what they throw at you. It's not bad. Overall, this is a decent collection, with a few imaginative ways to use the EyeToy.
He's got the ball. Great handoff. He's nearly made it. Ooh, that had to hurt. Great handoff. The Bluefins take the lead.
Here's EyeToy Antigrav from Harmonix. This is a futuristic snowboarding game. In the future, snow is extinct, so we need to snowboard through the cities and even the air. Doing this is far easier said than done. In the options, you lock the camera to your face. This is how you steer, by turning your head a little and also moving it from side to side. If you hold out both hands simultaneously, you can brake. Sometimes you'll need to hold out one hand or the other to slap targets or get speed boosts or maybe a bonus item. You also have a boost meter which constantly builds, and you use it by moving your head downwards. You can also jump, but it's difficult to time. You need to do it well before you press a jump button in a real game. Each track has a style version and a speed version. On the speed one, you're racing to get first place. Nothing lower will do, because the game hates you. In the style mode, you do tricks and stuff to get a high enough score to move on. I think I could probably get good enough to win some races here, as I finished third on my first race when I didn't know what I was doing. But do I really want to? The graphics and music aren't bad, and I appreciate that I don't have to stare at myself during the race. This one might be decent with a real controller. This is EyeToy Monkey Mania by Sony themselves. This one wasn't released in North America. It's based on the Ape Escape franchise. This is basically a board game for up to 4 players. You can play this solo with computer players as well. You have mini games when you land on a spot, like Mario Party. The mini games can be played by themselves as well. And honestly, the minigames aren't very good at all, a far cry from the EyeToy Play games, which themselves weren't exactly spectacular. For example, in this one you just hold your hand out to move the monkey to guard the goal. That's it. Then there's Rolling Snowball, oh boy. You need to keep the monkey balanced on the ball, but yeah, good luck with that. I couldn't do it. Or Down the Chute, where what the hell is going on exactly? I don't really know. I think you have to touch the monkey that you want to tilt the board, but yeah, I think I'd just rather play Super Monkey Ball. In Buoyant Balloon, you need to keep the monkey from hitting the spikes, but I think maybe my head kept getting in the way or something. The only thing that I know is that I couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to do. In the Great Ape Escape, you need to guide the monkeys out of the gate and then onto the rafts without getting seen by the spotlight. Good luck, because these monkeys are complete dumbasses and they do not obey where your hand tells them to go very well at all. Someone at Sony must have thought this was fun. It's not. Ice Crusher is relatively easy. Just move your hands around to break the monkeys out of the ice. The blocks get bigger and bigger and that takes longer to free these idiots. How did they get frozen in the first place anyway? This one is almost fun. Here's one where you need to rub the monkey's ass and then slap it. Yep, exactly what I just said. This baseball one pisses me off. I'm not allowed to hit it straight, otherwise I'm out. Which of course means I hit it straight no matter what I do. Monkey Jumper is kind of fun once you figure it out. Just jump over all the hurdles. At least the jumping here is more responsive than the Antigrav game. If you beat an event, it snaps your picture and saves it to the memory card. There are other events that require more players, but I think I'd lose friends if I had them play this game with me. Some of you have requested many times that I cover rhythm games. Why? I don't know, but here's one, I guess. Here's EyeToy Groove from London Studio. This is a rhythm game that uses licensed music. At first, I couldn't get it to work at all, just an immediate game over. I tried twice with the same result. I figured that maybe my shirt was too dark, so I changed back into my white shirt. This definitely helped, and yeah, what can I say? It's a rhythm game. And not an exciting one. Just wave your hands around where it shows you. Like most rhythm games, I quickly became rather bored, but your mileage may vary. This is Sega Superstars from Sega. This one has 12 different minigames based on various franchises from, you guessed it, Sega. First up is Samba de Amigo, which might be the only rhythm game I've ever had a bit of fun with outside of the first Parappa the Rapper. You can see what you need to do here, and it's just like the real game, just without the physical maracas. It doesn't control as well here as it does with the Dreamcast controller, but it was still kind of fun to try out. Of course, after several minutes I did get kind of bored with it. Oh well, it was fun while it lasted. Next is Virtua Fighter. This one is kind of weird. I couldn't really tell when I could hit the characters, but I was always informed when I should block, which didn't always work, by the way. Ouch! Still, it's kind of fun, and hell, maybe I even burned a calorie or two. Then there's Sonic the Hedgehog. Here, you're supposed to guide him to various parts of the tube to get coins, emeralds, and avoid spikes. This sounds a lot easier than it actually is. He's not exactly the most responsive little critter. Hey, it's Super Monkey Ball! I'm surprised Sega didn't make this into its own standalone release. They love having Monkey Ball games that use weird new types of control. This one controls okay, not as well as the Wii balance board game. It is very difficult to be precise, so good luck with the upper levels. Sometimes your virtual arm will get stuck in the up position as indicated by the red arrow, and you'll have to move that arm up real quick to dislodge it. It's based on the assets from Super Monkey Ball 2, but it looks a lot worse here. Very grainy. I think I might even rather play either of the Wii versions of Super Monkey Ball, and I really don't want to play those. It's still better than that god-awful Super Monkey Ball Adventures on the GameCube though. The Crazy Taxi minigame is weird. Basically, you need to move around as much as you can while also making as much noise as you can to get the taxi to stop for you. You can't hear the noise that I'm making in this video, I really wish you could. This was moderately fun for the 3 tries that I played it. Next, we have The House of the Dead. Here, you punch away the zombies when they appear. It kinda reminds me of that Kung Fu minigame back in EyeToy Play 1. I soon figured that I could just do this and defeat everything easily. Oops. I guess you don't want to do that, otherwise you'll hit the defenseless damsels in distress. Sorry. I could see myself maybe spending a bit more time with this one, but not much. Space Channel 5 is another rhythm game. Here, it's basically like Simon Says, where you need to mimic what they do after they do it. I not only failed, but I failed big time. I guess my brain was running out of RAM space. Here's Choo Choo Rocket. Basically, you need to hit the switches to the left of the bridges to get the critters to the goal. This was intensely disinteresting, so I quit playing. Even worse is Billy Hatcher. You need to roll the egg with tank controls, but they are very poorly implemented. You want to roll through the items and crush the enemies. Me though, all I wanted to do was quit playing. Next is Virtuous Striker. Here, you want to bop a soccer ball to pop the balloons. You won't burn any calories in this one. I found it tough to control where the soccer ball goes. Hell, I think it would be easier to do this in real life. Puyo Pop Fever. The goal is to guide the Puyos to the correct color container. The problem is that I couldn't even get past the setup screen despite trying multiple times. I'm not really sure what it wants from me, but apparently I'm a failure. Lastly, we have Knights. You use your arms to fly up and down and left and right to get the blue orbs and fly through rings. I think you could probably get used to this, but it is kind of unnatural standing still and just moving your arms up and down. You really want to lean in the direction that you fly. That feels more natural, but the game does not want you to do that. Like I said, I think that you could get used to this if you wanted to put in the effort, but Grandma probably won't like it very much as these levels are long and she'll get tired. Overall though, I do think Sega Superstars is a pretty good collection of minigames.
Ready? Go!
Sega Superstars was surprisingly decent, don't you think? Well, let's dial things back a little bit now to one that probably didn't get a whole lot of attention. Here's Clumsy Shumsy from Phoenix Games. This is another compilation of various minigames, 8 of them. I believe that this one was only released in Europe, and the game design sure feels like it. You have no idea what you need to do when you arrive at any minigame for the first time. It only shows you how to pose. Like this one called Delicious Fireworks. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing, or even really what's going on. The next one is the same, absolutely no clue what I'm doing or what I'm supposed to be doing. Big Journey makes a bit more sense. You're supposed to guide the guy from the left side of the screen to the right. But be careful, because if he touches a balloon, he falls to his death and dies, which ends his life. You have 5 lives. This isn't as easy to do as you might think, and he can even die without touching a balloon if you let him get close enough to the bottom of the screen. This one's called Know Your Colors, and oddly, colors is spelled the American way. Maybe because it's running on my North American PS2? Anyway, I know the difference between colors like red, green, blue, and hell, even brown, so I should be good at this. Basically, it's another Simon Says game, where you repeat the order of the colored thingies that pulsate. Pretty easy. There's even a Pong game called Clumsy Tennis. Do you need for me to explain how this is played? I think you can see. It is quite responsive, so there's that. Overall, this is not a very good collection of minigames when Sega Superstars is out there. This is Disney Move from Buena Vista Games. Oh, check it out, it's another group of minigames, and it was only released in Europe. And honestly, I'm not sure why, because some of the minigames here can be kind of fun. In this one, you have to be a goalie to defend your team against Donald's kicks, as well as other various residents of Duckburg. I like this one a lot more than the goalie game in EyeToy Play 2. It works so much better. I definitely had some fun with this one. This one's called The Haunted Screen, and I had no idea what the hell I was doing at first. But fortunately, there are instructions that you can watch, if you want. What you need to do is rub a ghost to freeze it. Then you take their picture and try to fill up your camera roll. But you only want the green ghosts. If you get a red one in there, it erases a green ghost. This one called Fantastic is okay. Basically, you move your arms around the arch to shoot various invaders. It works okay, but I do think it could be more responsive. Your enemies are also huge damage sponges, and that always decreases the amount of fun. Next, you play as Aladdin, flying his carpet. A girl has been kidnapped, and you need to rescue her. You steer the carpet to avoid objects, and you can also shake off guards if they jump on it. This works okay, but it does get a touch boring. I think it would be a lot more fun if it used music from the movie. And don't tell me that Disney couldn't license the music from themselves. Actually, come to think of it, that probably is the reason, because Disney is weird. Next is a Lilo and Stitch music game. Oh yeah, it's another Simon Says clone. Just tap the drums in the same order that they play themselves. It's pretty easy and pretty boring. This last one, you'll need to bop all the pirates away who are trying to invade Peter Pan's personal space. It's not bad, and it's tougher than it looks. Overall, I'd say that Disney Move is pretty good, even though it only has 6 minigames. Here's U-Move Super Sports from Konami. This one didn't come to North America. Another collection of minigames, but these are all based around sports, at least loosely. We have a football one where once again you play as the goalie. Same basic principle as a Disney game, just with generic characters. It works well enough. Oh, and it has missiles for some reason. Watch out, they hurt! It's still better than the EyeToy Play 2 goalie minigame. In fact, there are a ton of different football minigames, and by football I mean soccer. Like this one, where you need to keep the ball in the air like bopping a balloon around. Exciting! There's a rugby game where you need to tackle the bull, but you only want to touch the one who currently has the ball. These idiots keep tossing the ball back and forth. Stop it! I want to tackle you! You need to do this for an entire 2 minutes, so good luck not getting bored before the timer runs out. Then there's this curling game. You play as the sweeper. This is an inventive way to use the EyeToy. It's really fun, and you just want to keep trying again and again. I'll be honest, I can't imagine playing video game curling any other way, not after playing this. You can even play as a jockey. You slap the horse's ass to speed him up, but you need to keep an eye on his stamina bar. Once it gets too low, you need to push down on his neck to slow him down and build that bar back up. Then you slap his ass again. And look at this dumb horse. Poor bastard. The golf game called Hole-in-One is more fun than you might think. Some dude hits the ball and it slowly travels towards the hole. You need to prevent everything that's trying to interfere with the ball's flight by blocking it or batting it away. It takes forever, but it's still kind of fun. The home run derby one is pretty fun. Just flick away the ball to hit a home run. Sometimes they toss bombs for whatever reason. I started getting more and more into it as it went on, seeing how I could hit the ball in different ways. This one would be a lot of fun with friends in the room. If you do well in any of these games, you get to pose for a picture after it's over. Overall, I'd say that this is mostly a good collection of minigames, though it does have a few duds. This one's called Rhythmic Star and it's from Namco, only released in Europe. Yes, it's a rhythm game. I don't care for this one because it's kind of visually confusing. The stars fall on the sides and you need to touch the big stars when the little ones get to them. There's not much distance for the yellow stars on the bottom to travel. I don't think this is a very good setup for a rhythm game. You'd think that Namco of all companies would know better, but hey, I guess not. I only burned 1 calorie while playing this. Here's EyeToy Operation Spy from London Studio. This one is insufferable. You need to navigate tons and tons of very slow-moving menus and explanations. You get to enter your name, and thankfully, you can use the controller. You then scan your face. You then have no choice but to listen to the boss go through so many slow and boring options. You constantly need to use the controller to enter your access code. I just don't have the patience for this one. From the gameplay examples that I see on YouTube, it's not worth anyone's time.
Is this fun?
This is so fun.
No, it's right there.
Oh. It's hard to...
What are you talking about? This is super intuitive.
There we go. Got it.
It does have a weird high-res mode for the camera in the options screen, which is pretty stuttery. I'm not sure what this is about, as it reverts back to normal once you exit. Interestingly, another option lets you record a short video with audio and save it to the memory card, so that's kind of cool, I guess. Hey, I'm Joe. Welcome to GameSat. Can you hear me? I don't know if this is even going to work, and I'll find out once this bar is complete, I guess. Okay, we're done with the dedicated EyeToy games for this episode. Yeah, I missed more than a couple, but I think we all get the idea. Up next, though, are normal games which use the EyeToy in one way or the other. And hopefully I am done exercising. This is Formula 105 from Studio Liverpool. This is an F1 racing game that wasn't released in North America. I guess back then we didn't appreciate F1 as much as we do now. We preferred NASCAR, yeehaw! This game is all about the fine minutia of the sport, choosing teams, reading emails, the whole 9 yards. It's pretty good, I suppose, if you're into all that. The racing action isn't bad, but it does use the pressure-sensitive button feature of the DualShock controllers, which means you have to press the button kinda hard to get full acceleration. And for me, that can begin to be uncomfortable after a while. The game runs in widescreen though, so that should excite pretty much everyone on the planet. As far as the EyeToy functionality goes, it uses the EyeToy Cameo feature, which you can set up in the options. Basically, you get some frames of yourself turning your head. Then you go through and choose a bunch of options and can also mark a bunch of points on your face where it tells you to. I kept getting this screen, which tells me that I screwed up marking the side view. Come on, I know I'm dumb, but I'm not that dumb. I did it right. So what I did was recapture my face with better lighting to help the software distinguish my big dumb head from the background. I went and marked the same exact points again, and it seems to work. It created this 3D sculpt of my head, though I think the polygonal hair it gave me looks too small. You can have it do a bunch of facial expressions which probably look amazing for 2005. You can use the same EyeToy Cameo creation for other games that support it. In this one, you assign it to your profile, and there you go, I'm in the game. But you don't see this during the race or anything like that. Still, it's kinda cool. Here's Tony Hawk's Underground 2 from Activision and Neversoft. This is a skateboarding game that I'm no good at. I'm not good at any of these for whatever reason. I'm thinking it might be because I suck. You can use a USB digital camera, a camera phone, or the EyeToy to create a face for your skater. It doesn't work very well at all though. No matter what I do, it looks like I dipped my face in acid. You can try to recolor things, but it just doesn't look like me. So far, this is probably the worst implementation of the EyeToy yet. It is funny though, seeing what's supposed to be me in the cutscenes.
Hey! Oh, watch out!
There's also Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. This has basically the same exact functionality for digital cameras and the EyeToy. It turned out slightly better here, but not much. In this game, you can't use your custom skater in the story mode, only the classic mode and other non-story modes. So while it is a little nicer, I still look like I need a bunch of skin grafts ASAP. It's Dance Dance Revolution Supernova from Konami. This, of course, is a dancing rhythm game that normally uses a proprietary mat on the floor. For some reason, you can also use the EyeToy. The hands on the side are self-explanatory, but the arrows? Well, it turns out you also need the mat in addition to the EyeToy. But it turns out that you can also use a controller for the arrows. I don't recommend this, but hey, you can play it this way without the mat. In fact, it's kind of a fun challenge. Hell, you may even burn upwards of 4 calories, even without the mat. If you have the mat, well, then you're gonna burn a hell of a lot more, that's for sure.
You move smoothly.
This is DT Racer from Axis Entertainment. As you may have guessed, this is a racing game. You have an arcade mode as well as a championship mode where you need to repair car damage, buy and sell cars, and all that kind of stuff. As a game, it's okay. I wish the controls were better. I also wish it were more fun. But hey, at least it has a widescreen as well as a 480p mode, both selectable from the game's option screen, so there's that, I suppose. The EyeToy doesn't do much here at all. It lets you take a picture of yourself to use as the face of your profile. And that's it, really. Not even an EyeToy cameo feature, just a 2D picture. Oh well. Even some PlayStation 3 games like Burnout Paradise can use the EyeToy. Check it out, this is another racing game. But this is a sandbox racing game that takes place in a small city. You start out by taking a picture of yourself, or whatever you want to take a picture of. That is now the picture on your Burnout Paradise license. You drive around town racing or doing stunts, and these events start at each and every intersection. There are a lot of them. I love this game. I didn't really like it at first because of the open world, but once I learned the city, which happened a lot quicker than I expected, it became pretty easy to win races. But when you first play this, you'll probably be overwhelmed, and Criterion's sloppy menu system doesn't exactly help with things either. When you beat any event, you can take another picture of yourself with the EyeToy. If you choose to do that, then it becomes the new picture on your license. Okay, story time. This game right here is actually the reason I even have an EyeToy. I really wanted the Platinum Trophy in this one, but I couldn't get it because 2 of the trophies require you to have an EyeToy. It's so stupid. So I stopped at some rundown GameStop somewhere and I bought this thing used for like $3 after tax and everything. So I got my damn Platinum Trophy, damn you Criterion, and then I put the EyeToy away forever and ever. Well, until I made this episode anyway. Now I can use the revenue from this video to finally pay off the debt that I went into buying it. And there you go, the EyeToy for the PlayStation 2. As you can clearly tell, I burned upwards of 32 calories making this episode. It's okay though, I could just eat a single potato chip or something to replenish all that. So anyway, what do you think of the EyeToy 2? Do you feel it's just another in the long line of video game gimmicks, or do you think it was misunderstood? Let me know. In the meantime, thank you for watching GameSack. It's the Sony freaking EyeToy! Use it to put yourself in the game! Don't use a wimpy controller, you are now part of the game! Only losers use a controller! But the Sony freaking EyeToy is so much more! It's right in the name, it's an eye! That's right, it's perfectly suited as a security camera! Keep your home safe! Put a stop to all of the creeps who prowl around your house each and every night! It may prevent or at least delay you from getting murdered! One of your eyeballs not working so hot anymore? Use a Sony freaking EyeToy! It's right in the name, it's an eye! No need to see a doctor, just wire it directly into your optic nerve and you're good to go! The Sony freaking EyeToy is also a toy! It's way better than your stupid Transformers! Way better! It's perfect for hacky sack, even if you suck at hacky sack! The Sony freaking EyeToy!